We're going to be practicing Hatha Yoga today. Ha and Tha together mean sun and moon.
Hi, I'm Esther from France and you're practicing Fightmaster Yoga.
So we'll practice a energizing sequence. Grab your mat and join me in Virasana. So seated on the heels, knees point forward. If this is uncomfortable at all for your knees, you can always prop yourself up on a pillow or a blanket, anything that you have. We'll rest the hands in the lap. Bring your left hand on top of your right, tips of thumbs together touching. Roll your shoulders back and down and let your eyes close. Let's take a moment here, settle your body into stillness and become aware of how your body's feeling right now. So most of us go throughout our day without really pausing and inquiring what's going on in our bodies. Take the time now just to notice how your body feels. And if there's any things in your practice today that don't work for your body, please feel free to skip them or modify as needed. And from body awareness, start to shift to breath awareness. Begin to breathe slowly, smoothly in through your nose and out through your nose. Develop Ujjayi breath, creating a slight constriction at the back of your throat and a soft, audible sound, like a whisper or the sound of the ocean. Now keep breathing in that same way. Bring your hands to rest by your sides. The next time you breathe in, stretch your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, circle your arms out and back down by your sides. Inhale, reach out and up. If your neck feels good today, look up toward your hands. Exhale, float your hands back down. Bring your chin slightly toward your chest. One more time like that. Inhale, reach up. Option to look up. Exhale, lower your arms. Now inhale, take your arms over your head. Exhale, bend your elbows. Place the tips of your fingers right at the base of your skull. As you breathe in here, lean back a little bit, lift your chest, open your front body. Exhale, round your back, bring your chin toward your chest, elbows toward each other. Inhale, just like you're doing cow pose. Open your chest, arch your back. Exhale, like you're doing cat pose, round, elbows together. One more time. Inhale, create space in the front body. Exhale, space in the back body. Now inhale, come to a neutral position. And exhale, lower your arms back down. Transition to tabletop, hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. From here, as you inhale, kick your right leg straight back behind you. Exhale, set that right knee down. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Exhale to lower. Now, option to add on. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, release. We'll move through that again. Right leg, left arm. Lower as you exhale. Left leg, right arm. Lower as you exhale. Now go back to the first side. Right leg, left arm, pause here. Option 1, hold. Option 2, bend your right knee. Reach your left hand back by your side. Lift your chest slightly. Option 3, if you're able to, catch hold of that right foot or ankle. Now, don't feel like you have to go into a really big back bend here. We're not very warm in our bodies. So just a little kicking back of that right foot as you lengthen your chest forward. Deep breath. Keep pushing the ground away with that right hand. Then gently release. Set your hand and knee down to the ground. Change sides. Left leg back. Option to reach right arm forward. You're welcome to stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, bend that left knee. Reach your right hand back by your side. And if you still want more, catch hold of your left foot or ankle. Little baby back bend, chest forward. We're kicking the left shin just slightly back, opening up the right shoulder and the left side hip flexors. Release wherever you are. Return your hand and knee to the ground. Walk your hands about a handprint distance forward. Spread your fingers. Curl your toes into the floor. Inhale, arch your back, lift your hips. Exhale, push into downward facing dog. And hold this down dog a few breaths. So we all are experiencing different things in our bodies. We're all experiencing down dog differently. So take a few breaths here and move your body in any way that feels good to you. You might even work on lifting one leg, rolling a hip open, just anything that is beneficial right now. Take another breath. And if any of your feet are lifted, set them back down to the ground. Walk your left foot in a little closer to your right. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Hold here 3 breaths. Firm your abdomen. Lift your right inner thigh toward the sky. Firm your left outer hip into center line. Deep breath in. As you exhale, shift forward into plank. Bring your knee to your chest. Inhale, kick your leg back. Exhale, now take your knee toward your right elbow or shoulder. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, take it across your body toward your left elbow or shoulder. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, finally, step that right foot outside of your right hand. So it might be on the mat, it might come off of the mat. Totally fine either way. Set your left knee to the floor. So we're in this wide-legged lunge. Just hold here a breath. Notice if you feel anything in your right inner thigh or the top of your left hip. Now with your next exhalation, we'll walk the hands back a few inches. Take the right leg towards straight. It doesn't have to be perfect. Inhale, bend your knee, shift forward. Exhale, straight leg, push your hips back. Inhale, bend, come forward. Now keep going with this movement. Option to curl the toes back. Bringing the weight into the heel to help stretch the back of the leg a little bit more thoroughly. One more time. Now we'll bend the right knee and pause here. So we're back in our wide lunge. Option to keep your left knee down, or you can lift it up if you want a little bit more challenge today. Reach your right hand to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring that right hand across and down toward your left hip or knee. Inhale, sweep your hand up, roll the shoulder back. Exhale, bring your hand across and down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach it across. Inhale, take right hand to sky and hold here. 3 deep breaths. If that left knee is lifted, kick back through your heel, activate your thigh. Roll your right chest back. Now we'll set the hand down. Step your right foot next to your left foot. Come into a plank position. Hold your plank 3 breaths. Knees can be up. If you're feeling like your breathing has become shallow or your body's fatigued, feel free to set your knees down to the ground. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, bend elbows, lower to the floor. Try to have your abdomen and chest touch at the same time. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your kneecaps. Hook one thumb on top of the other. Let's bring the right thumb on top of the left for this round. Then lift your chest and hold. Feel like you're trying to pull your thumbs away from one another. Spread your collarbones and breathe upward into your upper chest. Deep breath. Release as you exhale. Lower everything down. Bring your hands by your side ribs. Inhale, low cobra, little lift. Curl your toes. Exhale, push up and back, down dog. Now, if you feel tired at all, instead of down dog, come into a child's pose. It's like a best friend. It's always there if you need that child's pose. All right, deep breath. And we'll move into the second side. So walk that right foot in a little closer to the left. Inhale, raise your left leg, lifting from inner thigh. We hold here 3 breaths. Firm your right outer hip in. Lift through the wall of your abdomen. 1 more in breath. Exhale, shift into plank. Hug your knee to your chest. Inhale, kick that leg back. Exhale, bring your knee to your left elbow or shoulder. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, take it across body, right elbow or shoulder. Inhale, kick back. And exhale, finally step outside of your left hand. And just pause here a moment, set the right knee down to the ground. Can adjust a little bit so that you're feeling some kind of opening. It might be left inner thigh, it might be the front of that right hip. Everybody is different. Thank goodness for that. Let's hold here, inhale. Then we add some movement. Walk your hands back a few inches. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Inhale, bend your knee, shift forward. Exhale, push your hips back. Continue here, aware of what you're feeling in your body. Option to curl the toes back, getting a little deeper into the thigh. Let's move through that one more time. Then bend your left knee and pause here. Option to pick up the right knee if you want to work a little bit harder. Right hand stays down. Inhale, sweep left hand to sky. We're working on opening the chest. Exhale, bring that left hand across and down toward the right knee. Inhale, sweep your hand up. A little bit of a twist. Exhale, reach down and across. One more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, closing that left shoulder. Inhale, reach left hand to sky and stay. Notice if you're kind of dropping into that right shoulder. Instead, push down through the right hand to rebound up through your left fingertips. Long line of energy in the body. One more in. Exhale, set your left hand down to your mat. Step back to plank pose. Hold here another 3 breaths. Knees can come down to modify. Make sure you're not dropping your head. Keep your head in line with your spine. One way to ensure that is that you're looking slightly forward of your hands. Now next breath out, bend elbows. Chest and abdomen come to the floor simultaneously. Press into the tops of your feet, lift your kneecaps. So the tops of your thighs are really active here. This time, hook your left thumb on top of your right. hug your shoulder blades. Lift your chest, slide your hands down toward the backs of your knees. Then feel as though you're trying to pull your thumbs apart. So this is a really great shoulder chest opener. Also really wonderful posture for strengthening the back of the body. Hold your inhale. Exhale, release everything down, hands by the sides. Inhale, come up to low cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. And take a deep breath. Move and adjust as needed. And one more in breath. As you exhale, look up to your hands. Step your feet to that space. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release over your thighs. Root down through the four corners of your feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Circle arms overhead. Exhale, lower your hands down. Let's bring hands to the hips here. See that your right toes are pointed forward. And then take a big step back with your left foot. And as you step back, you're going to keep your hips facing the front of your mat. Left heel will come down to the ground. Left toes are turned at about a 45-degree angle. Now pause here a moment. Let's start with that right leg straight. Pull your right hip back, press your left hip forward. Then when ready, bend your right knee and try to track that knee just over your ankle. Take your arms over your head. Lengthen your tailbone down toward the back of your left knee. Draw up through the pit of your abdomen. Notice your shoulder blades along your upper back. Try to press them forward into your chest. Spread your collarbones. And if you feel like there's a lot of tension in your neck and shoulder muscles, you can always take your arms a little bit wider apart here. Palms face each other. Soften through your facial muscles. Take another deep breath, Virabhadrasana 1. And then let's bring hands to heart center. Keep your right foot where it is. Take a big step forward with your left. You might wobble a little bit like I just did. And just pause here a moment. Coming into Tadasana, take 3 deep breaths in and out of your nose. As you're drawing breath in, try to expand chest, collarbones, even your upper back. So we're moving the breath higher up, which can help us to build energy. Now maintaining deep breath, we'll keep the left foot where it is, hands at hips. Take that big step back with your right foot. Turn your heel down and see that your right toes are pointing more or less toward that upper right corner of your mat. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. Then when you're ready, bend your left knee over your ankle. Make sure the knee doesn't go past the ankle. That can put a lot of pressure on that knee joint. So knee over the ankle. Reach your arms overhead. Tailbone down. Draw up through the pit of your abdomen. That's going to help you to take care of your lower back. Then feel into those shoulder blades. Press them forward into your chest. Draw your upper arms back so there's a little back bend going on here. And again, if you notice a lot of tension in and around your neck, take your arms wider apart. And the pose doesn't always look the same for everybody. We have to modify and adjust so that the pose fits the body that we're practicing with today. Deep breath. And we'll come out of our warrior, hands back to heart center. Step your right foot next to your left. Tadasana, deep breath in and out. So moving into a bit of balance here, balancing back bend. Similar to warrior 1 in a lot of ways. We'll ground into that right foot. Find something that's not moving out in front of you for your eyes to settle upon. That's called your drishti, or your focal point. Keep your eyes steady on that one spot. Pick up your left heel. And if you can, pick up that whole left foot, reach back with your left hand to catch hold of the foot. Now, maybe you stay here today. This is actually a wonderful quadricep stretch. If you want to go deeper, right hand to sky. Begin to lean forward a little bit. Kick your left shin bone back. Keep pressing your chest forward. And make sure as you come into Dancers, Natarajasana, that you're not leaning too far forward and collapsing the chest. We want to keep the chest open. Breathe into that space. One more breath. And then gradually come back up. Set your left foot down, arms overhead. Exhale, return your hands to heart center. And take a couple deep breaths. Notice what you feel. And we'll go into the second side. So when balancing, again, very important to find that focal point for your eyes. Bend your right knee a little bit, lift your heel, and if you're able to, lift the foot, hold on to that right foot or ankle. Now you can stay here. Option 2, we add the back bend, left hand to sky. Begin to lean forward a bit. Chest forward and lifted. We're kicking that right shin bone back. And breathing upward into the chest and the collarbones. 2 more breaths here. If you feel like you have space, you might take it. Go a little bit deeper. And then slowly come back up. Set your right foot down. Reach both arms overhead. Inhale here. Little bend of your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, chest forward. Plant your hands, exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Now from down dog, shift forward to plank pose. We're not gonna hold this time, I promise. Let's lower to the ground, try to land as gently as possible. As you release down, rest your forehead on your mat for a moment, bend your knees, and try to catch hold of your feet or your ankles. So just like we did one side at a time in that dancer's pose, except now we're trying to reach and hold both feet. If you can't do that, no worries at all. You're here, just reaching your hands by your sides with your knees bent. Eventually, with practice, you might be able to catch hold of those feet. Now press down through your pubic bone. Inhale, lift your chest. Kick both of your shin bones back. Breathe into your heart center. So coming into Dhanurasana bow pose. We're here for 3 more breaths. Make sure you're engaging your abdominal muscles a bit. That's going to protect your low back. And of course, maintaining the breath. 1 more in, maybe come up a little higher. Then gently release. Rest your forehead on your hands. Keep your knees bent. And let your feet windshield wiper side to side. Just let all of that go. And set your feet back down to the ground. Slide your hands by your sides. Push up onto your hands and knees. And circle your hips a couple times each direction. This always feels so good in my body after a back bend. Just bringing everything back to neutral, back to balance. We'll take the feet out in front. And step your feet about hips width distance apart. Make sure your toes are pointed forward. Then bring your hands behind you. Now, a couple different options. You can have your fingers pointing forward, but that does put a lot of pressure on your wrists. So feel free to turn your fingers out instead. That's how I'm going to practice today. And feet and hands push down into the floor. With an in-breath, lift your hips away from the ground and just hold here. We're in reverse tabletop. Now you can look forward. You can look up. You can drop your head back, but just be really, really careful that your neck is okay with that. And also make sure, if you choose to drop your head back, that you're really lifting your chest and spreading your collarbones. Take another breath. Then gently lower your hips back down to the ground. Cross your right shin bone in front of your left. Move a little bit here so that your sitting bones feel grounded. Breathe in, lift your chest, and breathe out, lean over your legs. Take a couple deep breaths at center. Notice anything you feel in your hips. And then from center, we'll walk over toward the left leg. So it's like you're releasing your chest toward your left thigh bone. And come through center and fold over your right leg. And back into center. Take one more breath here. You might find a little bit more space. Lift yourself up as you inhale and change the cross of your legs. So balancing out both sides, both hips, left leg in front of the right. Take a breath in, expand your chest. Exhale, lean forward and fold. Just a couple breaths at center. And we'll walk over to fold over the left leg. Notice how that feels. And pass through center and to your right side. And come back to center. One more breath here. See if you can go a little bit deeper. With your next inhalation, lift yourself up. Take your time to adjust and lie down on your back. As you release to the back side of your body, bring your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg long. And take your right arm either straight out to the side, or you can bring your arm up alongside your ear. With an exhalation, drop that right knee over to the left side. Take 3 deep breaths. So we've done a lot of breathing into the chest, the collarbones. This last posture, try to move your breath down into your abdomen, stimulating relaxation response in the nervous system. And slowly unwind from the right side and change. Pull your left knee to your chest, extend your right leg long. Left arm can reach out or up. On an exhalation, come into a twist. 3 deep breaths. Again, breathing into the abdomen. Letting go as you exhale. And after this breath, release the twist. Shift your hips to center. Pull both of your knees into your chest. Check in with your body if there's anything else that you need to add or want to add so that your body feels balanced. Please do so now. When you feel satisfied with your practice, extend your legs. Adjust so that your body feels comfortable and supported. Close your eyes. And just surrender here. Surrender the weight of your body into the earth. Feel the strength and stability of the earth below, completely supporting you.
When we long for life without difficulties, remember that oaks grow strong in contrary winds, and diamonds are made under pressure. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana, rest.
And come back to breath. And take some deeper breaths in and out. Begin to move when you're ready. And perhaps even reach your arms overhead, taking a big stretch. And draw your knees to your chest. Roll to your side. Press up to a comfortable seat. And as you arrive seated, tall spine, close your eyes. And place your palms gently together. Take hands to your forehead to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to your heart for clear and loving intentions. Hands to your mouth for clear and loving communications, sending this positive energy outward to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Having a daily practice of yoga will help you to feel more energized throughout your day. I've put together a 90-day program. I'd love to have you try it. You can try for free for the first 3 days. If you'd like to join me, please click the link in the description of the video or the link in the pinned comments. If you'd like to stay on YouTube, I think you might like this video.